Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Jake the Genealogist, and in today's video we're going to be going over the family tree of Mozart. So we all know Mozart. He's a household name pretty much all over the world at this point, but not too many people really know much about his family, in fact. And so today we're going to be going over his family tree, and also answer the question, are there any living descendants/relatives who still bear his surname? Okay, so let's start in with the guy himself. So Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was born on the 27th of January 1756 in Salzburg, which is in nowadays Austria, but was actually then part of the Holy Roman Empire. Now, he was the seventh and youngest child, right here, of Leopold Mozart and Anna Maria Pertl, right here. And five of his siblings died in infancy, and only one survived, his older sister Maria Anna, right here, also known as Nannerl. Now, from a young age, Mozart was brought up with music in his blood. His father, right here, was a composer, music teacher and conductor, and he was skilled at both the organ and the violin, and he taught both of his children, who are already pretty musically gifted, the keyboard. And by 1762 they actually began playing professional gigs in concert as performers for nobility and common people as well. Now, by 1773, Mozart was fully employed by the Prince Archbishop of Salzburg, Hieronymus Colloredo. However, by 1777, he actually left that post and became enamored with one Aloysia Weber from another musical family, but she wasn't actually interested in him, so by 1782, he married her sister, the singer Constanze Weber, right here. Seems to be a common theme with composers. So he was well known during this time for creating many violin concertos, operas, symphonies, and string quartet pieces. He created many famous pieces like the Magic Flute Opera, Piano Concerto No. 27, and the Unfinished Requiem. And he became one of the foremost composers in the classical period of Western music. Now, his marriage with Constanze wasn't the happiest in the world, but he did produce 6 children, with only actually 2 of them reaching adulthood, that being Carl Thomas Mozart and Franz Wolfgang Mozart, also known as Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart Jr. And neither of them actually married or had any children, except the one that did, except she died at like 10 years old and she was born out of wedlock, so doesn't really count in my book. But his sister right here, Maria Anna, ended up marrying Johann Baptist Franz von Berchtold zu Sonnenberg, and had one son, Leopold Alois Pantaleon, who actually survived to adulthood. He was the only one. Now, he actually married Josephine Fuggs, right here, and he had one daughter, once again, that survived into adulthood, Henrietta. She married Franz Forster, right here, and she had 2 children, both of whom actually got sent to insane asylums for some apparent reason, with her daughter Bertha dying in 1919. Now, his father, right here, Leopold, and likewise the rest of the Mozart family, actually came from Augsburg, which is located in modern-day Bavaria. Now, Leopold's father, Johann George, right here, actually became a bookbinder, and he also had 2 other surviving sons, right here, Joseph Ignaz and Franz Alois Mozart, who both also became bookbinders as well. Now, the daughter of Franz Alois Mozart right here was Maria Anna Thekla Mozart right here, to whom Mozart used to actually write strange, naughty, and raunchy scatological letters to. Apparently Mozart and the rest of his family had a very odd sense of humor. But after a while, they slowly kind of drifted apart, and she died at the age of 82 with no legitimate children, just one illegitimate daughter, who married and had one child who died in childhood. So she had no living descendants at all. Now, Johann George's father right here was Franz Mozart, and Franz was a master builder, and his father right here, David Mozart, which is actually spelled slightly differently, was a master builder as well as a bricklayer. In fact, most of the people in the Mozart family were actually not musicians at all. Most of them worked other jobs, which is one thing that I definitely find pretty interesting. Wolfgang ended up finally dying in 1791, but like I said, he had two children, Carl Thomas, who was a part-time musician, but really worked most of his life as an Austrian public official, dying in 1858, the last living descendant of Mozart, as well as his brother Franz Haver, who did actually become a professional musician / composer, following in his father's footsteps. And his music was defined by early Romanticism style / late classical period style, and he died in 1844. Maria Anna never actually became like a full-on musician. She never actually got to show off her talents in the same way that her brother did, even though she was immensely talented, and pretty much as talented as him. To answer this question, no, Mozart doesn't actually have any living descendants nowadays, with, like I said, his last living descendant being his son, who died in 1858. And there aren't really any living relatives who are, closely related to him, who are still alive today either. His last traceable relative was this woman, Bertha Forster, right here, who died in 1919, like I said, in an insane asylum. I actually have seen claims of a woman named Carolyn Grau, who died in 1965, who was allegedly descended from Maria Anna as well. But I can't find any precise relation, so I'll just assume the claim is wrong or something. Either way, she didn't have the Mozart surname, and she had no children, as it was. And so thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to get a copy of this family tree chart that I use right here, you can get it from the link in the description. It's completely free, just download it. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.